This is Tommaso Ciampa, Project Ciampa. You're listening to WNS Podcast.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source Podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler.
Hey, Doug. And we welcome you to episode 248 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, BeyondPodPlayer.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
You can follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel. Tyler's at Tyler_Abear.
Speaking of Twitter,
Twitter.
I got back on, connected to my phone and everything, and I know whenever like people tag me and stuff, it'll pop up. But now I'm getting random stuff on my phone. It pops up like
moments,
news stuff. Like this is in the news. It's like I didn't follow this. Why is it?
No, it's
popping
just
up?
like this is trending right now, or
But it has nothing to do with wrestling.
These people, it doesn't matter. It's just if you have an app, like if you have it, it'll just say like this is trending, or like these people are talking about this.
These people that you followed have favorited a picture.
Well, it's annoying. I probably can.
You might be able
turn
to
that off somehow.
Yeah,
it's probably under
things.
like push notifications or whatever.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. Got plenty to talk about this week. Got some feedback. We're going to discuss Hell in a Cell, talk about Raw. The time has finally arrived for Tyler to talk a little bit about WWE 2K16.
Talk a little bit, not the review, but
we'll give him a couple of minutes, and we got some Q&A as well. Before we get into that, how you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
All right.
You ready for Halloween?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you're going out of town.
Yeah, going out of town.
Okay.
Not to your party.
Not to my party. Okay. See how it is. Doug, how are you doing?
I'm alright, man.
Yeah, you ready for Halloween?
Yeah, I guess so. Where are you going?
Sushan's.
Oh.
Rather than bringing Sushan down here for us to all party, he'd rather go up there and ruin everything.
There's a lot more things to do over there. And I haven't been to Sushan's in a long time, so.
I see how it is. Okay. All right. Well, you have fun doing your thing. And we got quite a bit to talk about. First item of topical discussion is a iTunes review that we got. Always love to see some of these pop up every
Sounds
once
like
in a while.
bullshit. No, I don't know. I haven't heard it. I don't know what he's going to say.
It's from CMY31. CMY31.
I like that.
Giving us 5 stars with the topic of amazing. Saying, I love the WNS podcast. You guys are funny, awesome, and very informative. I listen to every one of your podcasts. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
So bullshit as I suspected. No, thanks, dude.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't
Certainly
know.
appreciate
Whichever.
taking the time out to leave us a review. And
Not too many people leave us reviews on iTunes anymore,
we get them every once in a while. I think we're up to like 30 or so now.
So what's the deal? That I thought like maybe like 2 episodes ago something was wrong with iTunes or something. Like it played like a little bit of it.
That was
posted
Stitcher.
something?
That was Stitcher.
Oh, Stitcher. Okay.
Yeah, it only played like the first 11 minutes of an episode. So.
But we've had problems in the past.
We have.
And Stitcher.
Yeah, but it seems to have resolved itself for the time being, knock on wood. So, but yeah, for those of you who are listening on iTunes, if for some reason the show doesn't show up, you can always go to Stitcher. Same thing for Stitcher. And if neither of those are working, you can always go to YouTube, because 9 times out of 10, I'm the one directly uploading the show to YouTube.
Question about YouTube.
YouTube.
Is there a limit of how much can be posted for one profile? Or no?
Nope.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I like that.
Unlimited posting. So, and for those of you who would like more content from us, we are going to be trying to add some content.
Bad.
Nope. We're going to be trying to get some new content out there. We're going to be bringing back the podcast plays. We're going to be hopefully getting our Twitch up and going again.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad, 'cause it's...
I know Tyler is going to come over tomorrow night, and we're going to play some WWE 2K16. Doug, if you I don't know if you've got plans tomorrow night. You're more than welcome to join as well. If that was the plan all along.
Depends on what time I get off work. We'll see.
Yeah.
If I get off like a decent time, I might stop by, guys.
Cool. Sounds good.
Have you bought another Xbox controller?
No, not yet. So if anything,
I was bringing my Xbox or my PS4.
yeah, we can just do something like that because I know we've got plenty of controllers
I've
for
got
that.
the itch.
Yeah, we got to play.
I know.
I'm not going to be any good, but we'll play.
Well, it just takes a little time to learn this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And if any of the listeners out there would like to contribute to some of the content that we're going to be putting
Too
out,
fucking bad. You can't.
we're actually going to be trying to put together like a little fails of the week type of video. I'm going to,
I was
anyways.
like, what is that?
I'm going to try and put like a little thing. So like if you come across any glitches, any bloopers,
gotcha.
any kind of fails that happen in the WWE video games, well, trying to put together a little party, but one of my friends isn't coming, so I don't know. We'll have to see
More
how that
than
all
one
plays
of
out.
your friends is
Yeah.
not going.
All of the people who have RSVP'd are all Kelsey's friends, so my side is really letting me down this week. So thanks, Tyler. Yeah, I know priorities. It's whatevs.
I got a kid up in the Woodlands. I gotta go see.
So
He's younger than me.
but for those of you who would like to contribute to this possible project, if you have any fails, bloopers, glitches in the WWE 2K games, anything like that.
I saw the thing you posted today about our old play.
Yeah, that
with
was
the table.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
But if you'd like to contribute to that, just email us at podcastcrew@yahoo.com. All together, no spaces. Podcastcrew@yahoo.com. Not .org. And if you'd like to be recognized for it, just include your gamer tag or name or something like that. And hopefully if we get a lot of people to submit some findings, we can
I forgot
have a nice little compilation
game it
show.
was. I don't know if it was 2K15 or no. If it was 2K15, I would have got this on film. I think it was like 14 or 13. But something happened where like when I moved, like my character's arm was stretching, and it did it for the longest. I got out of the ring and it was still stretching like all the way, and then it finally retracted. But I was like, dang it.
That's the kind of stuff I want to see. I want to see those crazy screenshots and weird,
So far,
glitchy
I
things.
haven't found any glitches.
Yeah.
In the game.
Well, they're bound to happen. They're bound to
That's
pop
the
up
best.
somewhere.
Love it.
So for anyone who has the game or is getting the game, if you come across them, make sure to share it with us. Podcastcrew@yahoo.com. So let's dive into some feedback. First bit of feedback we have is from Franklin saying, I think what's going on with the Diva situation and Natalya being out and Paige being heel is something to set them up for Survivor Series to do a traditional tag team elimination match. Paige and Team Bellas versus Natalya, Becky, Charlotte, and maybe Sasha if they break her away from Team Bad like rumored. Who knows? I also see Tyler Breeze winning the U.S. title this Sunday. I don't see Dean Ambrose going for it because I see Orton and Ambrose feuding soon when Orton returns.
I did too.
I don't think Orton is returning soon, though.
Yeah, he might be out for a number of months.
I think he's not due back until next year, like after the new year for sure.
Goodness. That's tough. That's a tough loss. But, I mean, it is a chance for the new stars to start to emerge. But
I mean, I can envision his scenario more likely before they sort of teased like they wanted to turn Sasha face, and they just sort of like haven't done anything with it, or at least nothing of note. So,
yeah.
I wonder if they're like trying to think what's like we want to do, do the proper way when it comes to like Sasha. Like, what do
we've got her on Team Bad, but she's good. Like, what's up with that?
Well, a good start would be to put her on Raw where people like want to see her. And
Yeah, that could be one thing that they could do. But who knows? We'll see where the weeks lead. Leading up to Survivor Series. But thank you for the feedback. We do have other feedback, but it's also in part of the Q&A, so we'll get to that a little bit later on in the show. But let's dive into Hell in a Cell that happened this past Sunday on the WWE Network. We kicked things off, the kickoff match. Ziggler, Neville, and Cesaro going up against Rusev, Sheamus, and Barrett. Fun little opener match. Got the crowd into it.
I felt like, I don't know how much, but I felt it was better than their Raw match.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Wait, which Raw match? This week or
the past?
I'm sorry, the past. Yeah, obviously the past one. They didn't face each other this week.
I was like,
For some reason, I was thinking that they had like a rematch or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'll agree that the kickoff match was better than their match on Raw.
Yeah, I know. I was saying, I was like, okay. Well, after this, they announced what was coming first. It was the United States. So I was like, okay, there goes Ziggler and Cesaro, because I thought one of them maybe would be in it. Well, I thought Tyler Breeze, but also one of the backup people in my head were Ziggler and Cesaro.
Yeah, but it was a fun opener match. A lot of action. The crowd was hot for Cesaro. I don't know. What do you think, Doug?
I mean, I agree. It serves its purpose as an opener, get the crowd invested. Was a little weird that I guess Ziggler tried to put the spotlight on Cesaro, and it's almost like he shied away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's the type of shit Vince like smells blood in the water over. Whenever he says like people aren't reaching for brass rings and shit. Like Cesaro's probably, he seems like a real modest guy, and so
he's just there to do his job.
Probably a misstep on his part to not. Which I almost, not to jump ahead, but I almost feel like he realized that was like a big misstep, because on Raw, where he like grabbed the Cesaro section sign and like ran it all the way around when he was doing the like European uppercuts, where he would run around the ring and hit all the guys. It's almost like he realized he fucked up and he should have like done something more, whatever. Like, I'm not shitting on Cesaro's a wonderful wrestler.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, Vince, that's the kind of shit Vince looks at and says like, oh, I need like a star, and he sort of like shied away from being a star.
Right.
You know,
that was his chance to take it and run with it.
It's not like, I mean, he's on a pre-show.
And then on Raw, he literally did.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a pre-show match, so it's not exactly like he was giving like a main event or something to do, but like you have to take advantage of those types of situations, especially when a guy like Ziggler was trying to help him out, like by
like giving him the sign that says Cesaro section, and he turns around to show "Hi, Dan."
Well, I think he just
I think that's hilarious.
I think he just like turned it the wrong way on accident, but it's like he was almost like shying away from taking it all in the first place. When like Neville powdered out and gave him the ring, and Ziggler gave him the ring, it's like, no, well, I got the sign, and he was gonna. Yeah. Because the story of the match was basically just about Cesaro sort of like doing his thing. I don't know.
And being damn impressive about it too.
Sure.
So, but yeah.
I hope in the future that, I don't know. I'll get to it later.
But yeah, the match ended with Neville pinning Barrett, and the good guys win. So one more for the good guys. We kick off Hell in a Cell with the John Cena United States Open Challenge, and we get the reintroduction of Zeb Coulter, person whom we have not seen in a long time.
I was like, God damn it! I hope it's not Jack Swagger. Why the hell? I don't. What? No. Jack Swagger.
What's your beef with the Jack Swagger?
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't into him as much. Like, I mean, I guess I dug the whole thing where, like, We the People with him and Cesaro and all that stuff. But, like,
I don't like who you want. I'm not criticizing whether you like him or not. But you were like, you seemed to disgusted.
I didn't want.
You're like,
I didn't want
ew,
Jack Swagger.
Not fucking Jack Swagger.
The man who hasn't even been on TV in God knows how many months.
I don't know. I felt like I didn't want. I was like, oh man. I was like, he's. But then at the same time, I was like, unless Zeb's introducing a new guy he's with. He's probably introducing a new guy, but I was like, I don't feel, I don't know. I wasn't into it. I mean, no, if that had been the case.
Yeah. But it was not the case, as Zeb Coulter announced that it is a time for groups to come together and take down John Cena once and for all, and introduces his opponent, that being Alberto Del Rio. So a very nice surprise. The crowd was definitely hot for it.
So what'd you say, Doug, on Facebook? Dario Cueto's pissed?
Sleeps with the fishes.
Dumb. I just make dumb.
I like
made
it.
a dumb joke.
I like it.
It was funny.
I
got the reference. So yeah. So
that's in your fucking wheelhouse. You better get that reference.
And anyways, so Alberto Del Rio goes up against John Cena. we had discussed whoever faced John Cena as taking the title, which that was the case. But what was kind of shocking is that the match went about 8 minutes.
I think less than that.
Yeah.
Did it?
So for Cena to take a clean loss within like under 10 minutes is pretty surprising. Although Alberto Del Rio has been a long-standing rival with John Cena in the past. They've had their feuds and battles. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Del Rio take the title from Cena whenever he cashed in?
You might be right. I'm not for sure.
I want to say he did.
No clue.
Anyways. Yeah, I think so. Because he had it when CM Punk won at Money in the Bank. Then they had their battle. Or maybe he cashed in on CM Punk. Anyways, I do know that they've had their differences in the past. They've had a couple battles here and there.
Wasn't it on Punk? Yeah, I think it might have been Punk.
I think it might have been.
Wait, he cashed on Punk or Ziggler?
No, Ziggler
No.
cashed in on Del Rio.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got that definitely backwards.
But anyways, Alberto Del Rio defeats John Cena to become the new United States champion.
And John Cena was never seen again.
That's right. Never to be seen again. Tyler, what did you think about this matchup?
I was pumped that Del Rio was back.
Mm-hmm.
I totally enjoyed it. I was like, how long has Del Rio been? Like, span of how long has he been gone?
About a year or so.
Does this seem more than a year? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's done a lot.
He has done quite a bit in the time that he was gone.
There's all his El Patron shirts.
And like I said, I had just gotten used to finally calling him El Patron, and now he's back to Del Rio, but what can you do about that? One of the what was I going to say? One of the things that I really liked seeing Del Rio back in the WWE ring is that he is so precise in his attacks. Like he targets a limb and that's all he
Works on
attacks.
it.
Yeah, and he'll work on it throughout the whole match. That's one of the things that
You missed.
yeah, I did.
And not too many people. On the
Not too
roster
many
have
people
that.
will do that.
Especially, I know one that you point out, Charlotte.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, Del Rio getting the win. Any info on that one, Doug?
Oh, I'm still looking it up
That's
slowly.
That's
I
all
want
right.
to say it might have been Punk. I think it might have been Punk.
Yeah,
I might be wrong about that. It's either Punk or Cena.
yeah, because it was during that time. But what did you think about this matchup?
The match didn't do a lot for me. I don't think they really had time to, or at least they didn't use the time to the best of their advantage. It felt like a very abrupt, like
CM Punk.
finish came out of nowhere. I know that's mostly because Cena is not going to tap to Del Rio's like true finish, so that's why he went with like the backstabber and the super kick.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of felt like it cut like the home stretch out of the match, and it was weird. What I find like ultimately like more fascinating is him being paired with like Zeb Coulter upon his return, like as if this was some sort of like fucked up rib by Vince or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's just completely weird to me. Like I don't know. I know the last time we saw Zeb, he was a babyface at that point. Is
Mhm.
it Punk that he cashed in on?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I know the last time we saw Zeb, he was a babyface, but that was sort of during the Rusev run where he was like still on the incline, and when Swagger was still on TV and they were doing like their
face run.
the babyface Real Americans or whatever against
Yeah.
the Russian shit. But
And yeah, I think Rusev was the one that took him out, like attacked Zeb's leg, which is
Right.
why he's still confined in the little scooter.
right.
Rascal.
But it's super weird, like because he left under the circumstances that he left under, being fired for like slapping that I guess it was social media director, I want to say,
Something like that.
who is no longer with the company now, but because of alleged racist remarks, and then so he's being paired upon return from being fired from that with like with basically the racist gimmick guy who's saying like it's all good now or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I think is super weird. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
that's
It's time for us to change our ways.
No,
and
I said the same thing. I felt it even when they did their promo stuff on or Zeb did the promo on Raw and stuff,
Well,
and it was strange.
Yeah, I mean, even if this is some sort of weird, like, ass backwards fucked up, like, Vince apology, like, in a way where it's still just a weird, like, thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Because even the times we saw, like, in the pay-per-view and Raw, like, he was, at the end when he shook his hand, he was looks like he's a little hesitant to shake.
Yeah, that's
Coulter's
what I'm saying.
hand,
That's why I don't know if this is, like, solidified or not. Because
Well, hang on. On Raw, they did do a fist bump. So
Well, but like Tyler said, he was very hesitant to shake
Yeah.
his hand, almost like he didn't know if he trusted him. And it sort of looked like they're positioning him as a heel, even though he's a star, because later on, Zeb goes to, like in regards to Neville and Raw, he starts talking about like undeserving immigrants, or what did he use? Something like so like entitled immigrants or something like that. So it seems like we're still like. Either they're
now
like
we dislike the
teasing
people
that-
who come into this country legally. They think they're entitled to
If
things.
you're not part of
just-
Mex America.
It's just weird all the way around.
Population 2.
Even if Vince is like, even if this is Vince's way of saying like, hey, look, we're not racist. Like we made the racist gimmick guy not a racist anymore.
But he's still a racist.
It's still fucking weird, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no way around it. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Also, like Del Rio's not a guy who needs Zeb to talk for him.
Yeah,
so, like,
he can
why
talk just fine.
Yeah, he's a good promo. Why the fuck is Zeb there?
Something's
It's
there. We
fucking
don't know.
weird, guys.
Something. I get
Something's brewing.
That's why when Tyler, what I thought was what Tyler was talking about, where he seemed like hesitant to shake his hand. I thought like eventually they're gonna have it out and then not be aligned. Like maybe Del Rio goes babyface. They're light on the babyface side anyway, which is he got the like conquering like returning heroes welcome from the crowd. So why not just make him a babyface?
Yeah, he didn't show any heel
right.
tactics.
Yeah, for that match he did not. And that's something that I talked with Tyler about is, they allowed him to just play the audience.
Right.
And be like, hey, let's just soak this all in. And then, all right, now we're on Raw. We can go ahead with whatever we had planned. Because he wasn't very heelish in the matchup with Cena. But, you could tell what side they had him on Raw based on who he was facing.
Like even more like weird. I don't know. I know you guys don't really follow like Lucha very much. Like I mean, outside of Lucha Underground, but like Del Rio as Patron was like AAA champion. Like as of his debut, he still has not like dropped the belt whenever he came back. So he still like officially is like
really
AAA champion. They may have addressed it like
I think someone said JBL said he was like, oh, he's a AAA champion.
yeah, but he's like right now he's the
He's the
AAA.
current champion.
Yeah.
Wow. How are they going to do that?
They didn't. I don't know what the status of his contract was, but
Well, I saw.
apparently, like I don't know if he just had a handshake deal with them, because I heard Conan talking about it on his podcast with Court Bauer, and they were talking about. He's like, look, man, AAA just can't pay what WWE can pay, and like we're fine with him leaving because of that or whatever. But he still has the belt, has not wrapped up storylines or anything.
Oh,
So I don't know if he was on like
gosh.
a handshake deal and they're just like let him go or what. Like it had been rumored for weeks now that he was back in talks with them, but like I think he has like a match in November for the title. Like it's like hair versus hair, like for the title, and like I don't know how. I don't know if WWE is going to allow him to fulfill his obligations, and then go and do the honors and drop the belt and come back. But that's weird. They don't usually let dudes do that kind of stuff. I mean, they let Joe, but it was like Joe didn't have an exclusive deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's real weird to me.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Here's the article. It says Del Rio had been rumored to be returning to the company in time for WrestleMania, and talks evidently went well, which saw his return pulled forward. Del Rio will be working less dates, and the company has allowed him to honor his scheduled indie dates. His new contract involves more money, and was likely a deciding factor in his return.
Triple H's not a fucking indie.
Other promotions, how about
Well,
that?
I like how I guess Triple H is. I mean, AAA is an indie in the sense that TNA is basically an indie. I don't know why they're.
So
When they were talking shit on James Storm being on the independent scene for 15 years or whatever, that's a little bit more fitting than calling AAA an indie, but still.
So I guess they'll give him time to drop the belt.
Yeah.
He's got, but it's just like
That's crazy.
It's crazy that
See,
he was just like,
It was shocking for the stuff for, I mean, like you said, for Samoa Joe for NXT, but this is like a main guy on the main roster. This is, dang it, roster. That's crazy.
And what's really funny is my buddy Gilbert from Clutch City Productions. You know, they bring in a lot of people to WrestleCon for WrestleMania every year, and apparently he was one of them. And I noticed that he had posted a comment on his Facebook page saying, "Oh, I wonder if Del Rio is going to honor the WrestleCon appearance or not."
Doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll probably he's
like, "Hey, sorry,
Yeah.
bro."
What was the deal on all this stuff? I mean, I know the stuff for Busting for Autism, which he didn't show up. He did that for a few more events, right?
Yeah, he supposedly had been like really sketchy and like really weird and missing a lot of dates and stuff, but there has been no official like word on what the deal is other than he's had like some personal problems and stuff like that. But there are rumors out there. I mean, just like
What's some of the rumors?
allegations,
Oh, yeah.
just problems.
But how
Sinuses,
many?
yeah.
How many? Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. How many been reported that he's couldn't make it to? I know one for sure. Two. I know two of for sure. But I don't know how many after that.
I mean, he missed a few different dates for different places, and I don't know. He was sort of getting like a bad buzz about his name. Like when he left the company, he was like he had all the positive buzz in the world, and then this past like I don't know what has been 6 months or so, like he's gotten a lot of bad buzz over that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows? But he's back, so good for him. That takes us into the next matchup: Hell in a Cell, Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt, and these guys went to town.
What did you say that the crowd? It did look like the crowd got into that.
Yeah,
match.
the crowd was definitely
a lot
into
more
this
than I
matchup.
thought they would. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. You know, for the weeks leading up to it, you know, the fans chanting "boring" during these segments and all that. Pretty much, but the matchup itself very strong. These guys, you know, tore everything apart, broke tables, broke chairs, broke kendo sticks, and had a lot of, I would say, fun, but it's never fun to be thrown off of the ring and through a table and landing on the floor. But what did you guys?
Watch.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I'll tell you that much. But what did you guys think about what did you think of the match?
I really liked it. I thought it was. It's hard to say like a breakout performance for Roman. I thought it was a very good performance for Roman. He gets so much slight, but if you think about this past year, all the like really high profile matches he's had, they've all been good. The Bryan match pre-Mania was really good. The Lesnar match was really good. He had the this match was really good. What was the other one that he had? The other singles match that he had those really. He's had like 4 like standout matches this year in like high profile. I don't want to say high profile because he wasn't like in a main event position anytime, but people have I mean, it feels like just because this past Raw's crowd was super WWE friendly, it feels like he's on the uprise, but if he feels like a little slept on, like as far as where he's progressed to. So I don't know. I liked it a lot. I thought they really like tried to give the crowd like what they wanted as far as like him being a badass. He's like, "Oh, you guys want tables? Oh, that ain't fucking enough tables. We need more tables."
Yeah.
Like the only thing I didn't like is, and this is like a nitpicky detail, like he's not wearing an actual bulletproof vest, but it's meant to like remind you of like a SWAT like. So when you're taking like kendo stick shots to your like bulletproof vest, that like it sort of takes me out like that you're selling that.
Oh,
Yeah, like
right
that's supposed to be able to take a fucking bullet shot,
Yeah.
so that kendo stick shouldn't hurt you. So. Also, what's the new like spine thing that he has?
I was about to say that. Yeah, it looked like arrows or something.
Like
that's
it's
going
like
up.
raised up. It's
Yeah.
almost like they are like, let's get some extra shit on this so you can whack him like more times or something. I don't know. But other than that, that's just a nitpick. I thought they had like a really good match.
Would you say? Well, okay. How many times single wise have they fought each other? Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt.
No, they've been feuding for like 6 months or something.
since July, I believe.
But
So
how many
about 4 months.
one-on-one matches have they had?
Not very many. I think like 2.
I want to say at least 3.
One was SummerSlam,
'Cause I
and that
can't-
was where Harper appeared.
I can't remember. Yeah, that's when
Then the next one-
Wyatts were starting to come back.
Yeah. Then the next one was the tag match.
I think they had 3 singles match and the tag match. I want to say.
Well, I think it's just hilarious that and it proves every single time. Like, to me, nothing can get Bray Wyatt down. To me, he can lose and lose, and just go to the next person after that.
Yep. He's very quick to move on to a different target.
I think it's hilarious.
I don't mind
weird
that
at the same time.
I don't mind that wins and losses don't matter to him, because if anybody has a gimmick that wins and losses shouldn't actually matter to, it's him.
Yeah.
But what's weird about it is every so often they try to insert him into an angle where it should matter if he wins or loses, and then he doesn't win, and that's when it should affect him, but it never does.
Like what? I'm trying to remember.
And it's not phasing him at all.
This was it the Cena stuff where he was like, I'm gonna prove like that you're like a false prophet or whatever by taking the title.
And your legacy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't even the title. It was all about air quote legacy. That's all that it was about. And they were, we all know how that ended.
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns does end up getting the victory. Really solid matchup, worth checking out if you did not get to catch Hell in a Cell. The next matchup, the New Day going up against the Dudley Boys for the Tag Team Championship. Xavier Woods not in attendance this week.
Still selling all that stuff.
Actually getting married.
Oh,
that's so he was doing the whole honeymoon and stuff while all this was
cool.
going down.
That's cool.
At least according to his YouTube channel, all the people who were commenting on it, they were like, "Oh, I wonder if blah 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 at the honeymoon and stuff, or if they played this particular song."
Are you gonna film on your honeymoon some up down videos?
Keep it tight. So
I like it when Biggie says it.
Keep it tight for daddy.
For daddy.
Like, but yeah, the New Day going up against the Dudley Boys.
I don't know. I'm still into the New Day, but like, I don't know where they're gonna go from here and all that stuff. I know that they won, but I was expecting the Dudleys to win so they can, like we talked about last week, just let them win and feud some more, because right now there's not too many tag teams.
Right.
So.
And interesting story about that. You mentioned there's not a whole lot of tag teams. Supposedly the Usos will be making their return soon. And then the next,
you're doing it too.
In the next few weeks.
See, I don't even think I thought that they are positioned to where they had to take the belts. Now I'm convinced they're not taking the belts. I think they're just going to ride it out. I don't know why they're still.
They're there to elevate the New Day.
But did they really? I was about to say I don't feel like they elevated them.
I guess. I mean, I'm not going to hate on the attempt.
I mean,
the
their wins haven't been outright and clean for the New Day, but they're the heel team that does whatever it takes to try and get a win. So to be able to say, hey, we haven't lost our titles to the Dudley Boys, that's got to say something, I guess.
Is that
it's run its course for me. I'm over the Dudleys. Like, they are doing the same shit now that they were doing then, and they haven't evolved much in the time that they've been away. So
what's up?
I know we said this last week, and I'm going to say it again, or I said it. I don't remember as much the Dudleys getting the tables every match when they were in when they were
in the
there.
Attitude Era.
I don't remember them every single match getting tables.
Yeah. I'm fine with you doing it after the match or something, but when you're in a match where disqualifications count, that's a stupid time to say, hey, get the tables.
Is it me, or is it I know what I like, I know what I don't like, but it's here comes some veteran superstars, and it's oh yeah, but then I'm they do their stuff, I'm this is not as cool.
Yeah.
I was I don't know, has my taste has changed that much since I was younger?
Sometimes, yeah.
Good Lord, because I like the Dudleys. I like the New Age Outlaws.
I mean, it's the same with Stone Cold or The Rock. They come in, they say their classic lines, they do their normal stuff.
I used to be all about The Rock, and then when he came back, and I loved some of his stuff and other things, it's super cheesy. I don't like this shit.
Exactly. It's
oh my gosh, I've changed.
We've evolved a little bit, and we've grown, we've matured some, and
I still have love for the Dudleys. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you don't like the Dudleys. It's just nostalgia only goes so far, and once that rubs off, then you're left with what are they able to do now, and what they're doing now is not very far removed from what they've done for years, and so you're just okay, well, it's nice to see you here because we haven't seen you around here in a while, but ultimately, what are you contributing to the overall roster? I guess that's in theory, they're contributing their names to be put over, but they haven't put over New Day Strong yet.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if they do, then they should be the blow off is when they're gonna eventually put them over Strong if they do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so over like seeing them at this point. I just bring the fucking Usos back. I'm ready for the Usos a New Day.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. What I'd like to see, I know that we had Night of Champions a few weeks ago where every title is defended, and now we've had Hell in a Cell where every title has been defended, and now we're going to move on to Survivor Series where odds are every title is going to be defended. I would like to maybe see Survivor Series not have the tag team championship on the line because we're already going to have our Survivor Series tag match. They're probably going to do a Divas tag match or something like that. What I would like to see is instead of a tag team championship match is a number one contender match for the tag team. Like that'll be your big payoff. You can have New Day, sitting at commentary or watching backstage or something, sort of give them the night off to see who's going to be the next number one contender. You could have the Usos, you could have the Lucha Dragons, you could have the Dudleys, and you could have who else? Primetime players, something like that. Someone who's going to go, elimination style or just first to get a pinfall or submission. And then you have the blow off at TLC where if for some reason the Dudley Boys win, you have their tables match, something like that. I think that would be a good way to pace it out, to keep it. If they're going to insist on keeping the Dudley Boys in the title picture, I think that would be the most logical way to do it.
Because they have technically lost.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have like an automatic rematch.
Yeah,
right.
I still feel like as long as they're here, I feel like before they leave again, they are going to get the titles.
Yeah.
Just because, look at New Age Outlaws. They didn't really, need to get it or whatever when they came back.
Mm-hmm. It's in their contract.
They got it,
So, any thoughts about the matchup itself?
Again, like the Dudleys haven't done much for me since they've been back, so it was fine. I don't have any like real complaints outside of that really weird like they couldn't decide which side of the leg drop he was going to hit. Like whenever he picks him up for like
he didn't see that
for the sidewalk slam, and then Devon hits like the leg drop.
You were looking at your computer when that happened. I was like, oh man, that was so weird too.
Like he went to drop him one way, and Devon went to leg drop the other way, and then they both switched and did it again, to where they fucked it up going the other side. Like they couldn't get together what side they wanted to.
Wow.
Is that on Raw or was that on?
That was on the pay-per-view.
Okay.
Wow. And we just, we've talked about it during the pay-per-view. We talked about it on Raw. We got to give credit to Big E because that guy can jump.
Yeah, he has air.
Whenever he does his big splash, he gets so much air. It's ridiculous for a man of his size.
Such a big fucking like thick dude.
Yeah.
That when you couple that with like the momentum that. I'm going to say the momentum that he looks like he gets, but he actually does get some momentum off of his jump. It looks like, I don't know, not many dudes splashes look that, like, impactful.
Yeah, and the fact that he's so thick, it makes it feel more impactful, and it's just,
he's
really impressive.
Short, big guy.
Yeah, and it's really impressive.
Is he short? How short is he?
I don't know, but compared to like a lot of people, he's
I never got the impression that he was short.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
But
it doesn't. I mean, he's so fucking thick. It doesn't.
5'11".
That's not short. I'm like 5'11".
Well,
am I short?
Not really. No.
I mean,
but in WWE standards, where most of the people were like 6'4" or something,
Well, that's probably worked height too. Like they
that's
probably
what I'm comparing it to.
Yeah.
Is that from WWE?
No, it's Google.
Because if it's like on his WWE profile, it's and it's 5'11", he's probably short as fuck.
Titus O'Neil, 6'4".
That's like a worked height, That's like he's short, but we're trying to make him seem not so short.
Titus O'Neil is booked as 6'4". Dean Ambrose is also booked as 6'4".
They like
doesn't
that,
make sense.
Like that number.
Oh,
There's no way Dean Ambrose is as tall as Titus O'Neil.
Well,
no way.
That's
I don't know. I've
just
never seen him line up before.
Oh, you know what? He is lanky. I used to think he was a lot taller, but he was like before he filled out in the WWE, he was like a lot more lanky and like gangly looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a lot skinnier, so it made him
be why.
Made him seem a lot taller. But since he's like filled out, I don't think of him as a tall guy anymore. I feel like I don't know.
Like
he might actually be 6'4".
They exaggerate on certain stuff. What was it like? Big Cass
Yeah. They say he's 7 foot tall, but he's actually like 6'10" or something like that.
Well, it's not, I guess, too far off.
They work all their heights and weights, or most of the time at least.
Yeah. But let's see. Oh, that was how old, not how tall. He's actually Colin Cassidy's 29. And he's 6'10", which is still pretty impressive.
So can't teach that.
He's 6'10",
Yeah.
and you can't teach that.
Not that much wordier. Like, I wonder why they. I guess 7 foot's just snappier.
Yeah, it just sounds better. He's 7 foot tall. He's 6'10". How you doing?
I don't think it sounds that bad.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it's kind of. I think it's got like a little ring.
Two more inches. So New Day retain, and that brings us into the Divas match between Charlotte and Nikki Bella.
I know you were bugged in this match.
Yeah, it is annoying me a little bit, but all Divas banned from ringside, which I liked. So we didn't have a giant cluster. It was a one-on-one matchup, Charlotte versus Nikki, and the thing that I didn't like was what was it?
That she didn't work the legs.
Yeah, Charlotte, selling the back injury throughout the majority of the match, did not attack Nikki's legs hardly at all before she got the victory.
She always does that in every episode. I think you. Said that, so. But I don't know. It was just.
Yeah.
It was there.
But I will give credit. They went out and had a pretty solid matchup. The Alabama Slam to the apron was really cool to see. But Doug, what did you think about it?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty solid and enjoyable up till the finish. My only problem with the match is the finish. I thought, like, if you're gonna, how many people have we seen that apron bump take you out, like, or injure? And then if you're gonna take that if you're gonna take that apron bump, then you should, like, not go to the finish 15 seconds after being rolled in the ring. I don't know if they were short for time or if that was improvised or what, or if that was laid out all along. But if it was laid out like that, that bugs me. That you shouldn't be, even though it was one of those, I just happened to catch her finishes. It's still, that's an apron bump of that took like Sami Zayn out, like storyline wise for whatever. Or when Owens gave Cena the bomb on the apron, that was like this big impactful thing that Cena sold, like. But she just went like right to the finish after being rolled in the ring, which is a problem. But other than that, I thought this was actually really solid and pretty good, but only because it was a complete and utter Nikki Bella carry job.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to troll or be funny, and I know people like Charlotte, but if you can watch this match and not realize that the reason this match was as good as it was is because Nikki Bella carried her fucking ass to that decent of a match, you're either blind or not paying attention or both.
Yeah, Charlotte still has a ways to go. And it's impressive to see Nikki was able to carry it so well.
It was weird that she was like a little ring general out there. She like dragged Charlotte to like a really solid like women's match.
Yeah.
Other than the finish, I had no problems with this match, and it was all because Nikki Bella just said, hey, "Chick, we're gonna have a decent match."
Yeah. Damn it.
What's with the apron bump? It's like they thought they were fucking in Reseda instead of L.A., especially with like Landis in the crowd and fucking what's that guy that was there with
Seth Green?
No,
I didn't see Landis was there.
Yeah, well, he was being lame on the crowd, like trying to get noticed. Like there was a cut where he was like out of frame, but he was like trying to get his face in. He's always down in Reseda trying to pull that same shit. Also, what's the chick from Modern Family?
Sophia Vergara.
Sophia, and what's the guy who was on Raw that time with
Joe something.
Yeah,
I can't say his last name because it's weird.
With all those people in the crowd and fucking like the apron bumps, you would think they were in Reseda instead of fucking LA.
So anyway,
that's a PWG reference. I know you didn't fucking get it. You just fucking snickered at me. So appease me. It's a fucking PWG reference. You fucking assholes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sorry. I snickered at everything. He's laughing.
Don't fucking patronize me.
He's laughing.
I was testing you.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
I was there.
Reseda. Yeah. That's something else. Yeah. So, Tyler, what do you think about the match?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
That's what I thought about it.
So, Charlotte defeats Nikki Bella to retain. Which brings us to the next matchup, championship match, WWE Championship on the line. Seth Rollins versus Kane. God, I didn't really enjoy this matchup. It was, I felt myself being distracted from this match. I wasn't interested in this match. Rollins did all he could. Kane was not that entertaining. I don't know. What do you think?
The saving grace of this is that Rollins got a clean, non-chicken shit hill win. He didn't he pinned the guy. Thank fucking God.
Yeah.
That's the
There was
only.
no outside interference. No one to help him.
Kane
He did it all on his
need
own.
to win.
I think that's the positive takeaway from this match.
Yeah.
Was that he won clean.
That's about the only positive from this match.
So Kane is back as Demon Kane.
Demon Kane. Yeah. Corporate Kane is no more. What do you think about the matchup, Tyler?
I wasn't into it either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was just blah. I mean, that's the only word that I can use to describe it.
I know how much you like Kane.
Yeah, so much. And that takes us into the Intercontinental title. Kevin Owens versus Ryback. Thoughts on this one, Doug?
It was so short. It's like they said, "Hey, you guys wrap it up. We don't have fucking long or whatever."
Yeah.
I wasn't into it.
What
Yeah.
was it, 5 minutes or something?
It
Yeah,
was
it was a
quick.
very short matchup, and Owens gets the win.
At least he's past us now.
Yeah, you can move on to something hopefully bigger and better. But that takes us into the main event after Kevin Owens defeats Ryback to retain. Hell in a Cell match, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. Final chapter in this
I know in this
story.
match, and I didn't see it because maybe I turned my head or I was looking at something else. But Daniel said he saw the pass, or you thought you saw.
Yeah, I want to think that there was blading in this matchup. For anyone who says
that
otherwise,
was quick too, man. That was off the bat.
Yeah, for anyone who says otherwise, I'm going to wholeheartedly disagree with you, and I would invite you to watch the match with me so I can show you exactly where I think the blade was passed.
It's after he took the Undertaker ran him into the step, the post or whatever.
Yeah.
When he bumps to the ground, you can see him fucking with his forehead.
Yeah. Well, no, there was a couple
I'm not
instances.
saying I didn't see him hand the blade, but I think I saw him blade.
Right. In my opinion, Undertaker brought the blade into the cell. Because there was one instance in the early goings of the match where Undertaker had Lesnar in the corner, and it looked like Taker went to go grab his arm to whip him into the corner across from him, but he didn't. There was just an interlocking of fingers, and then you see Undertaker's hand open while Lesnar's hand was still clasped. So I think that was the beginning of it. They fight, get thrown out to the outside of the ring, and it was very quick because as soon as Lesnar's head pulls away from the post, you can already see the blood on his forehead. So I'm guessing right before he went in, that's whenever he gave himself the nick, slammed into the post, and began to bleed. Now, in my opinion, he dropped the blade where the post was because I saw a little bit later on Undertaker scoping that particular area out a few minutes later.
See, I thought he bladed afterwards, but it could have been him just fucking with it, trying to get it to open up more and bleed a little more.
Yeah.
Because whenever he took the ram into the thing, and then the camera angle from whenever he was laying on the ground, but with his head like this, it looked like he was fucking with it.
Yeah. Well, because for Lesnar, the cut was higher up on his head, where his hair is. It wasn't his forehead, so it was up high.
He was down like this.
Yeah.
So anything in this could have been whatever.
Yeah, it could.
I saw the pictures after, but I know it's in the hairline
Right.
or whatever.
But yeah, for anyone to say, "Oh no, they got busted over in the hard way," come on.
Here's the fucking thing: there are two guys in the whole entire company that can get away with saying we do whatever the fuck we want in our matches, and those were the two guys that can fucking do it. So they may have just been we're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. They may have not said anything and just did whatever the fuck they wanted. It may be one of those. It's better to ask for forgiveness things, and even if it then for permission. But even if they didn't say anything at all, those are the two guys that they can do whatever the fuck they want and get away with it. One because Taker has been there so fucking long, he just got the clout to do it, and you heard Lesnar on Austin's podcast. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He does what he wants to do.
I check in, I check out.
Yeah. And what are they? I mean, they pay that man so much, and he's there for when he's there. Like, what are they gonna do?
Like, find me. I don't care.
They're gonna cause some like friction in that schedule or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing is, I get that they have to because of all like the worry around, I guess, the physical well-being of the guys, when they like have to issue a statement saying that we don't allow our guys to like purposely cut themselves and stuff like that. But that sometimes it does happen the hard way. Like to me, you know, that's sort of saying like we're fine with it happening the hard way. But like, I mean, they officially say that it happens the hard way, so that just happens. But to me, it's a lot safer to like cut your head for some blood than to get it the fucking hard way.
Yeah.
That's trauma to your brain right there.
Right.
So like, if you're gonna defend one or the other, like I get it. Like I may sound like a weird like vampire or something. I do feel like in this cell, it feels like blood's almost necessary. Like in the cell, I don't need them to carve up their fucking foreheads every fucking match.
Right.
But like in the cell, it feels like that's the time to do it.
But if they're dripping a couple of drops of blood, you know, it adds to the story.
Sure.
Now, you don't want them to like you said, just like gash up their forehead.
Yeah, I don't need fucking Dusty Rhodes and Bill the Butcher like shit from all those dudes. Like
But if ever there was a time,
if there's a time to do it, the cell's the time to do it, and those are the guys who can get away with it. And if you're gonna defend your position, a nick on your head that you just because of where it is like shows nice like blood, like that's a lot safer than getting your head like rammed into like a thing. Like, getting it the fucking hard way. That's like brain trauma.
Like Cena and whenever he faced Lesnar.
The thing about Lesnar is he fucking blades in all his fucking matches.
Yeah,
not every single one, but like.
Or he'll get a nick here and there, and
he'll get juice like just about all his fucking matches. I sort of like that about him. I don't know.
Yeah, like for as tough as he is, he does get cut rather easily.
No, man, I think he's blading a lot of them because I think he bladed.
I agree. Yeah,
I think he blades.
Yeah,
like in just about all of them. I don't know why. I sort of admire that about him. I don't know why.
Adds to the story. And you know these two guys. I think that this was out of the WrestleMania 30, the SummerSlam, and the Hell in a Cell. I think this was probably their best match.
Ooh, I disagree. I thought SummerSlam was better.
Really?
This was like had stretches where they just didn't click for me, and like they tried to like drama it up with like the weapons and the blood and stuff.
What was their last one?
The SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's the one. Then
SummerSlam I thought was the better match, but this just had like stretches that they lost me in. But look, nothing was as bad as the Mania match. They couldn't have done that bad again if they tried.
Unless they, you know, concussed the Undertaker, you know, 10 seconds into the match.
Sure.
Oh. But
yeah,
the match. I mean, you know, they went to war and they made it look that way. The exposure of the ring without the mat, and
see, he whiffed so bad like on his placement that it took me out because like when he had him set up for the tombstone, like he dropped him clearly on the pad, so he was like so far off.
Well, what was the thing too? Was that the match where he had the stairs too, and he was waiting for it to hit him, and then Undertaker hit he
with his legs
waiting to hit him.
It was like
it was.
Oh, okay, we gotcha. Yeah, there were a few miscommunications on there, and you know, I told Tyler, I'm like, that's going to be heavily edited, you know, the next time around. But you know, apparently Brock Lesnar got in a little bit of hot water with Vince, not for the blood, not for the blading, but for just completely pie facing the doctor trying to clean up the blood, and you know, it was one of those where
I turned my head, I missed that.
I thought that was a worked spot.
No, apparently that was. The doctor coming in trying to clean up the blood, that's just them saying, hey, this is a PG product. We don't want to have blood.
I wish, not to cut you off, but real quick before you go on, wish they'd stop doing it. If it happens, it just fucking happens. It sucks me out that you have to stop the match every time.
Yeah.
Sorry, good.
Well, it seemed like they were waiting for like a down period. They're
still,
like, we're not gonna, you guys are running the ropes. We're not gonna stop you guys and be like, hey, he's got blood. We need to stop it, which they have done in the past. They did that when they first implemented it. They would stop a match dead in its tracks and say, no, he's got a nosebleed. We need to attend to this.
It really bugs me. It sucks me right out.
But, you know, if both guys are down and one is stirring, yeah, sure, get the doc in there and wipe
I don't
him down
care if
real
they're
quick.
both selling. Like, don't fucking stop it. Like,
Yeah.
just let it go.
It's like, don't stop it. But if the guy can't see because he's got too much blood, maybe wipe his eyes or something.
I don't care. I don't want them in there.
But yeah, apparently, you know, the first time the doctor got in, Lesnar was kind of like, you know, get away from me, don't touch me. And then it was whenever they were showing a replay, all of a sudden I see the doctor just go flying, and Lesnar just like shoved him away from him, which is pretty cool. But apparently that got him a little bit of hot water. But what are they going to do?
What are they going to fucking do to him?
Yeah, he can do it.
You saw the interview. He doesn't give a fuck.
So, but Brock Lesnar does end up getting the victory. And I was talking to Tyler, like, it's still astounding to me that these guys can do everything that they do in the ring, and the only kind of padding they have is like an inch and a half thick.
I think it's like an inch.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll say an inch and a half just to be on the safe side, but I mean, my God, you know, there's nothing between them and just board.
Yeah. They'll just wrestle on the board.
No thanks. That'd be the WCW ring. I mean, that thing was stiff. That
Really?
ring was, you know, whereas at least the WWE's ring has a little bit of give. But yeah, Brock Lesnar ends up getting the victory after delivering the low blow, which I think, you know,
Poetic justice.
yes, absolutely.
And at least it's fucking legal in this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, all in all, it was a fun war match. You know, these guys went to town and tore each other apart. Brock Lesnar reigns supreme. And after the match, you know, the fans are showing their gratitude to The Undertaker. And out comes Bray Wyatt and the entire Wyatt family.
Did you get the impression that the crowd thought this was the last match, or did you think they're just saying, "Hey, we know you're fucking old. Thanks for going out there and getting
A little bit of both.
Like last match thing.
It's like, you know, this is the final chapter. If he loses, he's done, you know.
He's clearly coming back next month."
Oh, yeah. But, you know, the Wyatt family comes out, surrounds him, and, you know, the commentary, oh, this is so disrespectful. Oh, I can't believe they're doing this. And they attack The Undertaker. And to me, it seemed like they were going a little easy on him. Did you get that feeling as well?
I think that Strowman's just green, so he doesn't really know when to pick his spots. So he's sort of like waiting for the other guys to sort of direct traffic with him a little bit, you know? But
all four members of the Wyatts.
yeah, they probably were taking it a little easy on him.
Yeah, because they didn't do, like, anything major to him. It was just, like, your punches, your kicks, and hold him. All right, now let's drag him off. And that's exactly what
Well,
they
he's just
did.
been through a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Too, so maybe they didn't kayfabe. They didn't have to do that much to him. Or
Yeah. It's like, we'll just beat you down and take you out. We'll take you out back. So that's pretty much how they closed out Hell in a Cell. So overall thoughts?
I thought it was solid. I thought everything was at least watchable, and that's all you can really ask for. I'll take a bunch of solid shit than a lot of highs and lows in a pay-per-view. I'd rather see something consistently like decent than like a great match with a bunch of shitty stuff, you know?
And there wasn't a whole lot of filler, which
Sure.
is always nice.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it was a good time. I mean, it seemed like an easy watch.
yeah. Tyler?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I didn't dislike it.
Good. So with that being said, we go into Raw from this past Monday. We kick things off with an Authority promo, which Tyler and I did not miss because we were running off to GameStop and doing all of that, getting ready for
mean
WWE
you did
2K16.
We
yes,
did miss.
We did miss this part. My
So we
bad.
did not miss.
We did not miss this. Can't miss it, but we did. They set up a number one contenders stipulation. Hey, we're going to have the people who won at Hell in a Cell face off, and the four winners of those matches fight in a fatal four-way. Winner of that becomes number one contender, which I think is, you know, I'm totally down for that.
Conceptually, this was a very. I mean, I struggle to like at least on a conceptual level, like a start to end storytelling thing. I struggle to think of a better like felt out Raw like in a long time. It seems like this shit just wrote itself. It's like, hey, all those guys that won, like, we'll get a contender out of those guys by putting them together.
Yeah.
And then that's your fucking story. Yeah, I didn't need like all this contrived bullshit.
Mhm.
They're just like, oh hey, these guys are winners. Let's find out who the ultimate winner is, and that guy can fight the champ. And it's like,
Keep it simple. Wait, it worked?
it was like one fucking storyline over the Raw.
Yep.
Like I mean, obviously there were different angles going on, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's one overarching story, and that's real. Like, did you have to rewrite Raw like 10 times to fucking figure that out? It's
Nope.
pretty fucking simple. And as far as like at least my presence on the internet, I didn't hear anyone fucking complaining about it.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying this is like one of the best Raws that has happened in a long time. And
Yeah, so maybe you don't need to like contrive bullshit. Maybe you just need to,
yep.
It's almost like this shit writes itself. I don't know.
Imagine that. If you have a basic storyline, and it might actually work. You never know.
The one thing that if I was gonna nitpick, Roman telegraphed like that he was winning, which everyone knew he was winning anyway, but
Yeah.
don't like rub their faces in it. Like let him earn it throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're gonna do red herring, but they didn't do red herring. Like
Did
he actually
not.
won, so
Yeah.
that's a
Oh,
nitpick.
it got televised. Like even when they did that promo later on, I mean, you could tell it was like it was Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. And they were talking about it, and like none of the other people's in the matches got focused.
Yeah.
Like back then, like it's Roman.
Anyone but you, man. So, where was Bray during that, right? Anyway, so we kick things off with Roman Reigns going up against Kofi Kingston, with Roman getting the victory. Anything to really take away from the matchup?
I thought it was a fun little match.
Mhm.
I think a lot of good character work out of Becky and Kofi.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I liked it.
With Big E taunting.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I love that.
So, yeah, Roman Reigns
How'd you like
gets
the
the win.
XW armbands?
Yeah, I think it's a nice touch.
Yeah, very nice. Really enjoyable.
Oh, did you guys see that somebody started a GoFundMe for buying Xavier a new trombone or whatever? It's somebody affiliated with some like wrestling blog or site or something.
Wow.
And then they said at the bottom was like, "What is their money really going to go to? They're going to give it to the Connor's Cure thing or whatever."
Oh, good.
But it's just funny that they're like, it's in the name of like getting Xavier a new trombone.
What was it? The pay per view of Raw when they came out and they were cutting or Big E was cutting a promo and he was trying to say these are these trombonists.
That was the
Tromboner?
pay-per-view.
Those tromboners.
You're getting a tromboner. Keep it tight for daddy. So after that, we got to see Kevin Owens going up against Cesaro, which is a match that I think we were all looking forward to.
I mean, I liked it, but in my head, I was like, oh man, Cesaro has to go. I was like, I don't know. I was rooting for Cesaro to win.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match, but the right guy won. Like,
Yeah.
Owens is the guy on the run. So.
Oh yeah. Well, also throughout the night, I picked because I was like, it's two faces and two heels.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I did think it was going to be Big E instead of Dolph, but that would have put like all the champs in the match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's sort of weird too.
Mm-hmm. But Kevin Owens ends up defeating Cesaro. Entertaining matchup, to say the
I
least.
still like it when he runs around and does that.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like those
The uppercuts.
uppercuts he does.
Uppercut Express. So
Yeah, but he came out with like a fire, like he was like almost like disappointed in himself for like not taking the stage like the night before, and he almost came out with like I'm gonna prove a point to everybody and myself.
Yeah, and like the springboard off the middle rope into the
He
European
just came out
uppercut
fucking
and
running around like
Fire.
Yeah, he did an excellent job. Was very entertaining. The crowd was solidly behind him, and it was really, really enjoyable. I hope to see more of that. I hope man, I just want him to do so well.
You can see more of that on WWE 2K16.
Yeah. Okay. After that, we got to see Team Bella go up against Team PCB after Paige went backstage and was like, oh,
Y'all gonna see a new page tonight.
Yeah, I'm totally with you guys. Let's do the pinky thing. So they did the pinky thing.
Yeah, she's turning on you.
They did the pinky. Any thoughts about
you
the?
swear.
Yeah.
How they do a three-way? I didn't see it.
Well, Tyler.
How does a three-way happen? Break it down for me.
Balls in no, not that one. The thoughts on this matchup?
It's kind of a shit show.
Yeah. Nothing really to add from it.
Not really.
Yeah. And then Paige turned Who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Nobody.
We
The
were
world
all
was
shocked.
stunned.
She telegraphed it too.
You were shocked. You were shocked.
I was.
shocked.
I thought they were like pals.
I thought they'd make amends. I thought that Paige was going to make an honest effort to be a better person.
Mm-hmm. This is what we get for being too trusting.
Bullshit.
Why did she do that?
She crushed your heart.
Seriously, why did she do that? It makes no sense. Anyways.
The plot thickens.
Yeah. Oh, she's got to be a heel again.
Fuck all this shit anyway. Like, I want Sasha over. I thought I wanted, like, Sasha. You know, I kind of just want Sasha versus Nikki. That's where I want to go with this.
Yeah.
Should give me Sasha and Nikki.
Maybe we will in time. But after that, we got to see Alberto Del Rio going up against Neville. Any thoughts on this matchup?
Speaking of people who came out with like with a fire from the night before, Del Rio came out fucking vicious and nasty as fuck too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
This is when he's bringing out the heel side.
It's almost like Cesaro and Del Rio were in the back saying like, man, something like crawled up both their asses at the same time, and they both just came out like fucking ripping shit up. Because Del Rio came out fucking nasty. He was just like, I don't know. It just seemed like he's laying
Beating
everything
the shit out of
in.
him.
Fucking,
And
he
beating
just
the
looked real vicious.
Beating that
in his
little
mannerisms.
chihuahua.
What I was laughing at just a second ago, I was thinking about how nice it is to have Del Rio back because he's so well with the slap on the leg when he does the kick, and it reminded me of the Divas match from Hell in a Cell when Nikki did the jump off the
missed.
second rope
And
she missed, but she still did the slap.
Y'all fucking bounce about Nikki Bell.
We can look, we just can't touch. That's all.
I mean, yeah.
And that's what she should have done by not touching her leg.
That's what when she did that, and I go, that was a nice pop.
Yeah, that was a nice
I'm
pop
just
for a
saying.
miss.
I'm just fucking around. Call it out as you see it. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. She's pretty decent, guys.
She's improving. Just don't make her
I
talk.
think she's like,
Don't make her
I
talk.
think she's more than improving. I think she's kind of good.
Just no promos.
Way better than she was.
You don't give her a microphone. Let her
Yeah,
perform
I mean,
in the ring.
I'm not saying she's a great like gimmick or anything, but I kind of don't think it's a gimmick. I think it's just kind of like Nikki
She's
Bella.
living the life.
I think Nikki Bella is Nikki Bella, and that's all there is to it.
Poor John Cena. Maybe. But, yeah, Alberto Del Rio ends up defeating Neville.
I got pumped for Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio being in the same match together.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're two heels, but I just wanted the confrontation.
Yeah.
So I also looked up because I was trying to figure out, I was like, how long has Alberto Del Rio been gone? I was like, he's faced Roman Reigns before, like, and he said
Yeah.
no, but he looked up and there was yes, and then so yeah.
It was like June of 2014 whenever they faced him.
So do you think that the double stomp off the top rope is going to be his fake? Because that's what he won with against Neville. So, Jazzy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think they're going to go with? The double stomp as the finish? Or did he just do that because he was wrestling Neville?
Probably just because he was wrestling Neville. I found it really shocking that Del Rio defeated Cena with the kick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Cena wasn't going to tap and his finish is the armbar. So that's
Yeah.
why, like, that happened.
It
Like,
was just boom, down and out.
well, it was the backstabber, like, into the seated kick.
Yeah.
More like a combo.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. We'll see. After that, we got to see a six-man tag match featuring the losers. I forgot who claimed it, but they're all like, this is like the losers bracket match. But
Yeah. That's what happened.
that's exactly what
the
it
losers
was.
versus the losers.
It writes itself again.
Still, you know what? It's perfectly solid booking. What
Yep.
the fuck's the problem in that?
It was Sheamus, Barrett, and Rusev, which I'm kind of digging this trio. I'm kind of hoping they at least stick around as a trio team. They don't necessarily have to come out as a group and have the same entrance music or something like that, but I have no problem with these three guys.
They could lose Barrett and I'd be all right with it.
Yeah.
I'll see a Sheamus Rusev tag.
Yeah. There
See
you
those
go.
dudes like kicking the fuck out of people. Cool with
Well,
that.
you got to have Barrett there to take the pin.
All right.
If they lose, Barrett has to take the pin.
That's
I
correct.
thought you were gonna be like, you have to have Barrett there to like throw the elbow. I was like, no, just get Nikki Bella. Like,
That's the forearm.
Way better than
Hers is forearm, not elbow. There's
That's-
a big difference between that and that.
no, his is elbow shot.
His is a
He's
whiff.
not good at it.
That's true.
So it was Sheamus, Barrett, and Rusev going up against the Dudley Boys and Ryback. Honestly, I don't remember much about this match.
I remember the end because they were all getting excited because they got Ryback into look, get the tables. Was it Bubba Ryback and Devon or Ryback and Bubba that left out of the ring?
Yeah,
and they were getting distracted because they got the table and then they did what was it, a roll up?
Yeah, roll up of death.
So that's what you get for getting the tables.
Yeah,
you lose.
That's right. That is exactly what happened. So, anything to take away from the matchup, Doug?
No, not really.
Okay. After that, we got to see a promo from Bray Wyatt talking about, whenever he's done.
Been lying to you, man.
Yeah, man. When I'm done with you, there ain't going to be anything left of The Undertaker. So, I don't know. Any thoughts about the promo that he did? That voodoo that he did?
No, I really don't. Like, I know he addressed Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I'm going to come back to you after I ascend, after we...
this is my resurrection.
Hey, we pretty much got Undertaker backstage, and we're ripping pieces of him off, and we're trying to get his soul.
Don't call the cops or anything.
Yeah.
We're
gonna
not,
get
we're not trying to murder him.
Yeah,
I
we're
promise.
just trying to get pieces
we're
of his
just
soul.
stealing his soul.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
it.
Don't worry. We
Look,
got
I went on this quest.
We got Voodoo
All right,
Doctor.
I got this soul gem.
Yeah.
I need to power up my weapons.
Yeah. And
So-
Undertaker's full of souls.
That's right. He's the dead man. He's taking a lot of souls, and
And when does that happen? That pisses off his brother.
that's right.
Kane comes out.
Kane does come out.
Where he doesn't even ask where his brother is.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get a chance
No, he don't give
because
a
as soon as
fuck.
he steps in the ring, he is surrounded by the Wyatt family.
Oh, it was just because they did the whole darken thing of Jeff, and then we did, so I like that. And then all the Wyatts are there, and then it's I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Beat the fuck out of you. That's
And then they carried Kane off.
Yes, they did.
Bye, Kane.
Bye, Kane. That's right.
Passed by and Jazzy was like recording something. He's singing. He's like, "It's Jazzy Red, top 3," and then he like pauses. He's like, "at 3."
I like that.
Wow.
I'm a dope
Interesting.
fiend.
Because I like drugs.
Guy from Chico. Who's that? The
The neighborhood thug. Maybe we can have Jazzy come in and do a live version of that.
You know, beatbox for him.
I could. Although that's not.
It's like a slow song.
Yeah. I'm a dolphin.
We should tell everybody. It's all-
Drugs.
Yeah, for those, if any of you ever watched Jimmy Fallon, he did this segment where it was like, "Don't listen to that."
Yeah, or something like.
something along those
He's
lines.
basically making fun of people.
Yeah, he's playing songs that actually exist. You can buy them on iTunes, and one of them happened to be Jazzy Red's song.
Jazzy Red is
Dope
another
Fiend.
DJ from another station that's like 2 doors down. So,
Mhm.
And he sometimes comes in. Well, he hasn't been here in a while, but
Yeah, he has not appeared, but maybe
but
we
he
can.
did put a record
He's
out
been on
in
the
the
show a couple
90s.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's appeared in a photo with Tex Lone Star, and so Dope Fiend. Look it up.
That was a
Jazzy
great
Red.
picture. That was a great picture.
JAZZIEREDD.
Yeah, he has records out.
Yeah,
I'm a dope fiend.
I'm a dope fiend.
Go listen to it.
And then he died. died. So, Doug, what were your thoughts on the Bray Wyatt promo Kane segment? Whatevs?
Yeah, I mean, so what we're gonna get, like, I guess what they're calling now a traditional Survivor Series match
Yeah.
instead of a Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
So who do you tag with the Brothers of
Dudley
Destruction?
Boys.
Is that what you do?
Because they got no one else.
All right.
Who else would? I mean,
Well,
that?
it's a 5,
that?
right? It's 5? Or is it 4?
no, it's 4-on-4. Traditional.
I thought there was 5. 5 on 5. I don't know.
I think they've started doing 4-on-4, but I think they've done 5-on-4.
Yeah. It's a mixture, really. Doink and dink.
Well, they have to, yeah. Like, that's... Now that it's going to be good to put, like, all the Wyatts in a match together, finally.
See how they all do.
The 4 Wyatts.
With the Wyatts coming out on top. Yeah. So after that, we got to see Dolph Ziggler go up against Big E. Any thoughts on this matchup? Like you said, kind of shocking to see You thought Big E was gonna win?
No, well, I thought that the Breeze stuff was gonna play like into the match, and then that's why like Breeze would distract him or something, and then Big E would go in to win, and then
He was looking into his phone. I don't know if I guess his phone was still on. He was sitting in the chair looking.
Are you guys just waiting for the one time the fucking Wi-Fi like shits the bed, and then like there's nothing on that little phone on the screen?
Maybe they do it via Bluetooth, or they FaceTime. I don't know.
He's got Blue still down pretty good.
Well, yeah, he's had several months to.
Sorry, this is like
do
going to the pay-per-view. I just dawned on me, like how Tyler Breeze was sitting right there for that match, but like that pre-match, the Wasteland was in the audience.
Yeah, Cosmic Wasteland.
Yeah,
the Stardust section.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that, but I don't
They
know
did
why.
on SmackDown too, so it's been.
They're like, what the hell are they doing? They're just sitting there.
Yep.
They were waiting to start a feud with Cesaro.
Cesaro and Neville.
Nah, that's weird.
They could just Cesaro. I mean, I guess they could because he's got the.
History.
No, I mean
He's got the Cosmic Cube.
No, he's got
Key.
the fucking
Sorry.
tag team with them. The name of the tag team, guys. Don't leave me hanging, looking like a dummy.
Cosmic Wasteland.
No,
What's that about?
like the team.
The Ascension?
Just the Ascension.
Ascension.
Thank you. Jesus.
After you said.
You stole it.
Sorry. I
So,
was too late.
So that takes us into the main event. Ziggler, Del Rio, Owens, and Reigns.
This is fucking good, guys.
Hell yeah, it was. Fatal 4-way match. The crowd was hot as hell for it. And,
Everybody came away looking good. Even like the tease future pairings, the crowd really fucking lost it for when Owens and Reigns sort of squared off. Like they were like, "Ooh, we like that." And then it sort of sucks that I guess Owens took the fall, but the only other face in the match was Ziggler, and it was fine that Owens took the fall.
Yeah.
Ultimately, but I don't know. It was just really fucking well laid out. I don't know.
In your opinion, Del Rio in more shape? Does he look a little? What's the word?
He looks cut.
He looks like a little bigger in the upper body.
Because he looks skinny right here, and his chest looks bigger.
He's never had abs. You know what I mean? He's got his torso is like a little
He's got little love handles.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't.
He's got a little love.
I just think it's he's just not like an ab guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he didn't look that different. They were playing up that he looks a lot different.
He don't look. No,
he just looks a little thicker in his arms and chest to me.
Yeah.
But he looks almost not that. I don't know. Did he look noticeably different to y'all?
He looked a lot tanner to me.
But
other than
he
that-
looked a little different.
Yeah, his
not a lot.
physique was a little different, but not anything where I could pinpoint it exactly.
Okay.
But
He's always had a weirdly shaped torso to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of strange.
Your torso is strange, man.
But Roman Reigns does end up getting the victory, defeating Ziggler, Del Rio, and Owens.
I was still, in my opinion, hot for because I was hot for Del Rio and Owens. Just that little part they were. I know they're two heels, but I was like, oh, that's awesome because I get pumped for matches I've never seen before. Two people that locked up, you know, or I haven't seen before. Owens and
something to look forward to, definitely. But yeah, so Roman Reigns, the new number one contender, going to go up against Seth Rollins at Survivor Series, and I think it's going to be Sheamus cashing in to make it a triple threat match to become the WWE champion, once again screwing over Roman Reigns from his time to shine.
Do you really think that?
Honestly, I could see it happening, and Roman's just gets pissed off at the world because of it. Maybe they turn Roman heel for that. You're like, no, dude, this is the second time it's happened to me.
I do think
this year alone.
I do think he needs a hill run, but because if you think about it, all the major stars that they've made have all had successful hill runs before becoming the face of the company.
Yeah.
Austin, Rock, Cena, all those dudes had successful hill runs before becoming the face of the company.
Yep. So we'll have to see how it looks for it. I mean, that's
and they were not only were they all heels, but they were all heels that the crowd turned babyface.
Right.
And then so it sort of gives the crowd the illusion that they are responsible for him becoming a face, and now what they're fighting against so hard is like them saying like, no, this is just the guy. The crowd's saying, no, fuck that.
Even
but if they
Daniel-
just gave
fuck
in
that.
and let him be a heel, the crowd would turn a babyface.
Even Daniel Bryan, they did that too. Like the WWE tried to turn him heel, doing the whole no thing,
Right.
but the crowd just wasn't having it. They were like, no, this is who we want. So they ended up turning him back babyface again. But yeah, all of the greats in the past, and all the major players have had that good, successful heel singles run
Before they became the man.
Right.
And not only would I think would it endear him to the rest of the crowd that's sort of holding out on him. Also, I think it would flush out his work some because he's only used to working that one style of match, and he's gotten pretty damn good at it. I'm not sleeping on it, but I'm just saying he's gonna need a little bit more if he's gonna be the man.
Right. Still has a little ways to go. Like I feel like he's still just not to that next tier yet. And I think if they did have Sheamus turn it into a triple threat, pins Roman to become the WWE champion, one, Rollins would know how it feels because he did the exact same thing at Mania. Two, it would piss Reigns off to no end because that's the second time that it's happened to him this year. So I feel that you would have a good direction of where you could go from there.
Well, one, I personally think he's a lot fucking closer to that spot maybe than you guys do.
Yeah.
As far as being the man, I think he's almost there. I just think he needs. I'm not even sure if he needs all that much. I think he's almost there. And as far as like your scenario, I see where you're coming from. But if you put the belt on Sheamus, then one, who do you fucking feud him with on the babyface side? Because if you're gonna do that,
Rollins.
Well, I don't think that they can nuance and successfully double turn those guys in the same match.
Absolutely.
I don't fucking have that amount of confidence in them.
Double turn.
They don't have a babyface to feud him with, especially if Roman's going to flip heel off of that. And I think the crowd is, as a whole, is significantly less invested in Sheamus than they are Rollins.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a disastrous move to put the belt on Sheamus at this point. And I like Sheamus more than most people.
Yeah,
I just don't think.
Or even have Sheamus cash in, make it a triple threat, and Rollins pin Sheamus to retain.
I think that's of the three scenarios, three possibilities. I think that's not the worst one.
I told him I think I'm ready to get past the whole Sheamus stuff. Like, just cash in, do whatever, get past it, lose the belt. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I do like Sheamus. I just don't. I'm not feeling the run. I mean, I know it's not happened yet, but.
So we'll have to see. But with that being said, time to go into some WWE 2K16 talk with Mr. A-Bear. I know you didn't get to play as much as you would have liked to because you made the critical mistake of telling people that you were taking the day off, which means, hey, we can get you to do stuff for us. So
I mean, I easily could have said no, but they knew what I was doing. Oh, you're going to say no because you're playing stupid fucking video games?
yes.
I was being more of an adult and I'm more responsible, I guess. And like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll help you out.
God, way to be mature.
I know. But
at least you got to go to your first midnight release, which happened at 11 o'clock, which is odd, and you're first in line.
yeah, first in line. Well, like, okay, yesterday sucked, but before we watched Raw, we went to go pay off our copies and stuff, and I found a $20 bill in the parking lot, so that was good. That went towards the season pass. And then when we got to GameStop and all that stuff, we were probably, like the 8th or 9th person in there.
Well, there was about 4 or 5 people waiting outside and 2 or 3 inside.
Yeah. But everyone was there was no line. Everyone was just out about and stuff,
Walking
just
around.
playing the games that were in there and stuff. And then probably about like 20 or 15 minutes before, they're like, can we form a line? Where the line usually starts when people check out, we just hopped right there. Or we were right there anyway, and we just did a couple of steps. And like even the people there before us got behind us. So we were the first ones in line.
We were made the people who were first in line because of the people who would have been first in line decided, no, we're not in line, so we'll just hop in.
Yeah, we'll get behind.
Yeah, we'll get behind you.
So, like, when it turned, like, 11, it just took, like, about, 2 minutes. We got
How
a
many
copy.
people total were in this?
In the store?
Yeah.
Well, it was also the release for Halo 5.
Right, I know. That's what I mean.
And so you got the cash register. We were first in line. You went to the back of the store, to the side of the store, all the way back to the front of the store and to the door.
So give me a head count, like 50 people.
Shit.
35, 40.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy.
Oh, I said they had pizza.
Yeah, they have pizza there.
Who did they order from?
Domino's.
I'm trying to flesh out this experience. For the
And they had a 2-liter of Coke and breadsticks.
Did you guys partake in the?
No.
No, I do not.
I did get to try out the new
Losers.
guitar. I did get to try out the new Guitar Hero. Not a fan. I'm not going to be getting it.
I've never been like the. I think it's fun and all, but I've never been the guy who like buys Guitar Hero and shit.
Yeah.
I'll play someone else.
Oh, he is big into it. He had that rock band, all that stuff.
I had 2, 3 World Tour, the Metallica edition, the Van Halen edition, the Guitar Hero 5, Rock Band 1 and 2, and
My thing is like I don't want the songs that I don't like on the game at all, and you can't like take them off. So like I'm like I can't buy that.
yeah.
What was hilarious, because I know we're getting off subject, but when I was watching him play it, like when you watched Guitar Hero and stuff, they had like the cartoon or characters that were playing and stuff. This was like real people like on a stage, and people film this. Like there are people in the crowd, and if you're doing bad, it will like change the people like going booing you and stuff. And if you're doing good, they're like, yeah, they're into it and stuff. I'm like, all those people are like extras in the game and stuff. I was like, that's weird, but cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know there's really nothing to that. We got the game. I didn't play any that night, but today I got to play some. Off the bat, I did the updates, got the Terminator.
How long did it fucking take you to download updates?
Probably about 20 minutes.
That's not
Because I had to update my console, and then I had to install the
too
game.
bad. I just didn't update like yesterday, so I think I'm probably good on that. Then.
But other than that, maybe it was less than that, but it didn't take too long. And then I got the.
'Cause I turned on for the Raw pre-show, and I think it was like you have to fucking download some bullshit update. So then
Ever so
I'm
often.
probably good. I
update.
plan on to do it. Then.
Yeah.
I got both the Terminators. I haven't played with them yet, but and then I put in the code for a season pass. There's nothing on the DLC yet. Like the only thing is the accelerator, and then the season pass, and then the my career mode that you can automatically unlock points for your superstar. That's the only 3 things, and they haven't announced when each DLC is coming out.
Yeah.
First match I played was Kevin Owens and versus Sami Zayn, and I was trying to get used to certain stuff. Some of the grapples have changed. Like you can do a regular grapple, like let's say left and X. You remember how last year you could do that, but when they get groggy, it's a little different or whatever.
Well, see, that's the hugest complaint I have about last year's game is that I can't weak grapple whenever I want. If you want to put like a gate on, when I can do my heavy grapples or my strong grapples, fine. But I don't want just because he's a certain damage that all my grapples become heavy grapples. I want to be able to do. Is it like that this year?
No.
I can do whatever.
The only thing is same as the weak grapples. Like you press like sideways and X, that's the weak whatever grapples. The heavy or the whatever grapples is you press
Strong.
like sideways, strong, sideways, and you hold X.
Uh-huh.
That does it. You
Weird.
hold it so you can separate it. So I do like that because I was trying to figure out. I was like, I just did a move. How did I do it? I was trying to figure it out, but I found it out. And like, dude, like the moves to me are just like more fluent and stuff, and like
Last year they felt like a lot more weighty, like the moves, like the impact and stuff. Like when they hit the mat, it felt like there was some, I don't know, just like weight to them. So you're saying they improved upon it?
yeah, like it also okay. And reversals, there's 3 different reversals. If you're there's a regular reversal, like they'll have like a HUD or whatever it's called above them when it hit it, and actually it's actually easier to hit the reversals now. In my opinion, you have. Well, you still have to learn. You still have to learn when they are, though. But like, what I mean is, they have a regular one where it says to hit the trigger or the back button or whatever. There's a regular one, and there's also one. There's a green one. When you hit the green one, they'll take a little bit. And there's the red one. And when you hit the red, I've never hit a red. It comes up sometimes, but that's a major reversal, and that'll do damage to them.
So are only the major reversals? You only have a certain amount of those, or you only have a certain amount of all reversals?
It's all reversals.
You have a scale, and it's you get 4 reversals, and if you use just a regular
Well, it
reversal, it
depends
takes
how-
up 1.
what your
If you
superstar
use
is
like a
and your
that too.
points, yeah.
But like if you were to use like he's saying a red reversal, it would take up 3 of those 4 spots.
So is it like attributed like?
It slowly grows back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying
over
like you know how
time.
you guys were saying with certain guys, is that like an attribute? Like you can put that on your guy. Like this guy is better at reversals. You know how like
I really don't, I've never created a superstar though, but like it seems like some less. Well, I haven't compared like if there was like a 2 superstars that have the same amount of attribute points. I never put them and see if they have the same bar. You know, I haven't tested out and see if that was a thing.
But you know what I mean? Like this guy, like if you playing with Daniel Bryan, even though you didn't make him, you could take the things that make him Daniel Bryan, like from a gameplay perspective, and put them on a creator wrestler because this thing that he does is an attribute. So is there like an attribute for better at reversals? Is what I'm saying. Does that make any sense? Like you know how like
Yeah, I think there. Well, I don't know if it's reversals or I know there's certain attributes that will help you with damage. When you get damaged, you'll have more health or something like that. They have a lot of different attributes now, like more attributes.
right.
I haven't read too much into them. I read a little bit that it gives you certain advantages.
See, I haven't even touched it. Like I barely, like when I left work before I came here, like I only had time to like stop and like pay for it and like I got it, but I haven't even opened it yet. So I haven't even fucking touched it yet.
I did my first match, like I said, was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, which I lost the first match because I was trying to get used to everything, and I did again. And I love the break-ins. I love the break-ins in the entrance. You know about that?
You showed me last week.
You can do it anywhere, anytime, like any point. But one thing I want to know,
Exhibition too.
yes, in exhibition. But one thing I want to know is who can do it when I'm versus me versus you. You know what I
Right.
mean? How does that work? And it doesn't work in tag teams. It only works with singles.
Well, it would have to be the second player, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, how would the first player do it?
I don't know. But what I mean is like
Whoever's
come
standing in the ring.
Because if the first player comes out first by default,
But no. Because I've had it where, okay, let's say.
how would
what
you
did I do?
ever run in on the
But wait.
first guy running on the second guy if he comes out first?
No, but I've had it where, okay, I was Kevin Owens and I was versing,
Sami Zayn.
no, well, I did another match with Santino Marella, and I was the first one to come out. And then I was around the ring, and he was, Santino was coming around and he was doing his jogging thing, and yeah, you like that? And when he was coming around, I broke it, and like when he was coming around, then I clotheslined him when he was
Nice.
coming around the ring. So I don't.
So okay, I understand now. So you could possibly do it.
Whenever I did it to Finn Balor. I made him dress in his demon attire, and he was crawling up the entrance ramp. So I jumped out, ran all the way down the runway, and as soon as like he stood up to do the dun, you know, where he puts his hand in the air, I ran and just clotheslined him.
So why, if you're a second player, why wouldn't you always jump the guy just to be a dick so he couldn't do it to you later in the entrance? I would think like you would do that, right?
Yeah, but then I just want to test out how that's going to work when we verse each other, like who can jump who.
Maybe you can decide to jump out, and once you choose that option, the other player gets control of their character. So you can let them run through it, and as they're running to it, all of a sudden you attack them, and like, oh, I saw you coming, you know.
And also one of the things I like, they don't have a loading screen, like when the match starts. There's no one on the Titantron or whatever. Then like someone comes out, they do their entrance and stuff. And then whoever's the first person to come out, they're in the ring doing their stretches or whatever they're doing. They're just, standing there doing different motions and stuff. And here comes the next person. When they get in the ring, that person gets out, and that person walks around the ring. Like he moves out of the way for that person if they go in the ring and come out, whatever. So, and then in between, whenever that there's no loading in between the person that's coming out, like JBL and Michael Cole, and they look like they're talking, but you don't hear nothing.
Right.
But I don't know, I like it so far. I like some of the reversals is like awesome. Like I've seen they've added a lot of new reversal motions and things that you can change and do. Like, what was it? I was Hideo versus Seth Rollins, and I forgot he was doing some move. I forgot what he was trying to do, but it looked like he was about to do a belly to back suplex. I mean, that wasn't one of his moves. It was just he reversed it, and when I picked him up, and I was about to pick him up, he goes like that and goes right to my head and stuff like that. And there was another one where I forgot who it was. I was picking someone up, but they jumped up and like eye raked me and stuff. It was cool. There's a lot of new animations.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait. I want to see those. I haven't hit one of those red reversals yet.
Yeah.
But they don't pop up that often, in my opinion.
Hey, is there like limb target like grapple
Yes,
still?
there is. It's a little different. You just have to figure it out, but it's there. I'm still trying to figure out certain moves. Like I know there's a move for because I was looking at certain moves in the creation stuff. You can pick. Apparently, you can pick someone up and lay them up. Like they're laying on the ground, but then they can sit up or whatever, and then you can run and kick them a different way. But I don't know how to pick them up and do that. Sometimes when you do certain moves and they fall like that, and you can kick them. But
Yeah.
highly enjoyable. The only thing I've done a lot of singles matches, and I just started Universe mode. I have not done my career or showcase, so
Nice.
a lot more to come.
That's right. So be on the lookout for that. And like I said, we're going to be trying to bring up our Twitch account again. So maybe we can do some
into
live
those
gaming
games.
for you
Yeah,
guys.
that'd be
That's
fun.
right. So it's going to be a good time. But time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions, our answers. First question come to us from Dennis saying, what part of Hell in a Cell would be your lugs boot of the week? My vote goes to Nikki's Alabama Slam onto the ring apron.
They still have lugs?
I don't know.
Well,
I know we're not affiliated with them, so there's
I
some free
assume
advertisement.
They still
with
make them.
Yeah.
They just don't advertise with them anymore.
yeah.
I
Or
would
with us,
say the super kick that
which we are available for advertising.
they Rusev gave Ziggler in the opener.
That pop that Nikki Bella did.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
That's not on this show.
From Hell in a Cell?
Hell in a Cell.
She jumped off the middle rope to Charlotte and missed.
What's your lugs moment of Hell in a Cell?
I already said mine. Mine was
No,
Rusev.
that's what I was trying to say. That was that part of Hell in a Cell, right? Or was that Raw?
No, that was Hell in a Cell.
Oh, I don't remember that. I
Yeah.
thought you were telling me that was on a previous show. I don't remember. I'll have to rewatch it.
If I was serious, crap, I'm trying to think of something. Cesaro,
Yeah.
just looking good. I don't know.
The running around the ring, hitting
I like
all
that.
The,
That was cool.
all the opponents
All four,
with
yeah.
the Europeans.
I do.
That
like
was
that.
really
Yeah.
nice. I'll give it to Brock Lesnar for face palming the doctor.
I missed that, man. I turned my head on that one. I wish I would have saw
Really
that.
enjoyable. But thank you for the question,
Other
Dennis.
ones. What are the other ones besides like the lugs boot of the week? There's been other ones like
The Snickers Crunch of the Week.
something
or
like
something
that.
like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Do your Skittles thing.
Skittles, fruity, juicy Skittles. Good God Almighty. JR does it much better. More passion.
I want Skittles.
Next one. Next question we have is from Richard saying, "Great podcast as always. What are your guys' thoughts on Finn Balor being called up soon to the main roster? I think he would bring a much needed lift to the ratings. He has been phenomenal in NXT, and I feel that with Balor, Breeze, and Corbin, the immediate future is bright. I hope so. I hope so bad that the Briscoes and Jay Lethal get the hell out of Ring of Honor. Thanks and keep up the good work. Cena and the New Day need help. They cannot do it by themselves."
He's not ready yet.
And Balor doesn't want to come up, or at least that's what he's been saying.
Oh, please. That's PR speak.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on the main show.
Yeah, come on, man. He didn't sign up to wrestle for NXT. He's been anointed the face of NXT, so he has to act like he's happy to be there. He may not be having. I'm not saying he's having an actual miserable time there, but he's bullshitting you if he says he doesn't want to go to the main roster. That's just like him talking up the position that he's in.
Right.
He has to act that way.
This is
I
why
don't-
they gave me the title.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready. he can't promo his way out of a wet paper bag. And if he's ever going to be the man, he's going to have to cut a fucking promo. And it's not just his accent that throws people off. He just can't fucking promo. He just can't. He's not ready. If he's going to be a draw, he's going to have to promo. And he cannot fucking promo. I defy you to tell me that man can cut a promo.
How about Corbin?
I don't think I've ever seen Corbin have a serious attempt at a promo.
I mean, do you think he's ready to come up?
I think Corbin's. No, I don't think Corbin's ready either.
Did you happen to catch the first few minutes, like that preview of Breaking Ground?
I saw the first episode. Okay, I was going to ask you guys this because I heard people saying, "Did you see the 60-minute version? Did you see the 60-minute version?" I watched after Raw and it was like 30 minutes. So who fucking saw a 60-minute cut of this?
Not me, because I saw whatever they showed after Hell in a Cell.
That was
30 minutes.
Okay, I heard that it debuted on like their YouTube channel and WWE.com, but I was busy. I didn't get to see it. And supposedly this is a 60-minute cut of that,
Weird.
And I only saw 30 minutes.
What's your thoughts on Corbin's attitude?
I think it's funny because he's like working the smart mark. He's like the guy that the internet fans get to hate because he's like, fuck the indies. Yeah. He's like that guy.
Yeah.
And like Mojo Riley's coming in and like teasing him. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck ever, dude."
Yeah. I mean, that may be to a large degree who he actually is, but they're playing it up.
Yeah. That was the thing he said about Smojo or something like, I don't care where he came from. Remember when they were having a feud? But that was an article or something.
Let me tell you this about fucking Breaking Ground though. That's a fucking work show just like anything else on the fucking channel.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
Undoubtedly. Look, dude. Okay, look. People documentaries don't get made. Like the subjects of documentaries don't make documentaries about themselves because you control the fucking story that way. They're trying to act like this is like one of those like 30 for 30 things, but the thing about the 30 for 30,
they're even having William Shatner narrate it.
The people who are
they did?
Yeah.
Name a 30 for 30 because I'm not a sports guy. Name one of them, just any of them. And then they do one about the University of Miami called like the U or something, some shit like that.
Sure.
Okay, the fucking University of Miami did not shoot their own 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Because they control the story that way and they control whatever story they want to get out. This is
WWE putting a program out about WWE.
Yeah. They're fucking working. That Noof chick who's talking about how she can't wait to have her first match has fucking a couple years experience on the independence. She's already wrestled before, for sure. So I'm telling you, this is a fucking work. This is them like. This is them doing a worked version of 30 for 30.
What else happened on there? I didn't watch it.
They showed some guy who's been dealing with a concussion.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. He's like
they show ZZ.
No. They did
they
show
the winner like sort of signing his contract.
The Yeti guy?
Yeah. Your favorite guy.
No.
That's what you're looking forward to.
Mm-mm.
So
oh gosh.
Yeah, it's a work, I'm telling you.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be entertaining to watch at least.
Yeah, no, I had a fun time watching it. Although I wish they would have shown more of the people I cared about because I don't care about the concussion football guy. I didn't even know
who the hell
was.
Is this guy?
Yeah,
who's this chick?
Bad choice for like a first episode, you know?
Yeah.
The new chick I'm fine with. Who else do they focus on?
Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah, Corbin. Corbin's kind of entertaining because
he's like, I deserve to be on the main roster. And
did you watch it, Aver? They like Baron Corbin's like right into the show with Norman Smiley, who's one of the coaches, and they and Smiley's like asking him questions like, I don't know, what do you think? Do you think you're ready?
When do you think you're?
He's like, you fucking told me you're the coach.
Yeah. they make him come off like he's such a dick.
Yeah, he probably is kind of a dick, but they're playing it up.
Yeah,
know?
That's awesome. I gotta watch that.
It's pretty fun. He's like, yeah, man. Look at my history. Whenever I was playing football, I had a history of being overly aggressive. The coaches told me.
It's like Total Divas. It's like a less contrived like version of Total Divas. You know, like a far less contrived.
Oh,
version.
I'll definitely watch that then.
Yeah. So, yeah, but thanks for the question, Richard. Next one we have is from Micah. Saying those were some great picks.
Thank you.
Sadly, I'm not a group of three, so I cannot make it.
We're talking about dicks when we do that, right? I don't know if people know that we're talking about dicks when we do that.
That was
we're talking about our
like
picks.
It wasn't
Hell
an
in a
episode.
Cell.
That wasn't from a mini episode, but that was like a little promotional thing that the Workaholics skit that they did with Seth Rogen and
Zac Efron
for Neighbors or whatever. And they
Definitely look it up.
They wanted to work with them and stuff. And,
you'll see why we chanced the way we did.
Yeah, just watch it and you'll see why we say that.
When we say picks, just put dicks in, and that's how it really goes. So if you're really into it when we do that,
that
we're
was
talking
a
about
great
dicks.
dick. That was a great dick.
A great dick.
There's your chance to say it.
Well, I can't say it too much
got
anymore.
to see that dick.
He's like the LeBron James of Cox over here.
Anyway.
So if you didn't know, we're talking about dicks.
Yeah, that's what
saying, sadly, I'm not a group of three, so I cannot make it as entertaining as you guys do. Also, apologies for my long message from the week before. My wrestling nerd mode gets strong. Side note, my girlfriend discovered John Cena looks like Biff from Back to the Future. I honestly...
Everyone says that about Swagger.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw Swagger looks like Biff.
Definitely. At least whenever he has shorter hair. He says, I honestly thought someone would say Jay Lethal or Roderick Strong as singles competitors. Chris Hero didn't cross my mind, but I vehemently agree. WWE missed the ball. For the Q&A, choose any obscure WWE wrestler currently employed and explain how you would repackage them or reintroduce them to a credible, relevant superstar or wrestler. I'm going to go with Fandango. Repackage him as Johnny Curtis. If you didn't see his stuff on NXT show before Full Sail, that guy's character was perfect. Sleazy and annoying, but good in the ring, and portrayed it very well while wrestling. Have him hit on Naomi or one of the divas who obviously is with someone. Superstar comes to confront him, and he wins as well as steals a kiss from the girl. After getting some wins against that guy, says he's bored of his girl, disses him, and goes after a new girl. This time, random person sticks up for them and just continue with him being creepy and annoying and sleazy, but wins. Eventually, wants the perfect girl, a secondary title, and during the matches... he leaves the ring and kisses and does strange things with the title, but wins the match. Keep it away from people by saying it's his and only his. So, interesting thought process. Yeah, we did get to see some of his Johnny Curtis stuff, even whenever they came down to Beaumont for a live show. Pretty entertaining. Anyone you would like to repackage?
Well, he's not... Well, okay... Grant me this. Let me have two guys, and one of them's obscure,
you are granted,
and one is not so obscure. But when Curtis Axel and Ryback were teaming together, I always had this vision in my head of those guys as being Debo and Ezel from fucking Friday, and so. I think, like, do you remember when Ryback was doing the bully and catering thing where he was just, like, fucking being a dick to people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Doyle rules.
I say you make Ryback. I don't mean that they have to, like, dress like Debo and Ezel or act, like, line for line like they would act. But I'm
Steal
saying...
someone's bike.
Yeah, in general, I'm saying, like, Ryback should be the, like, quiet, like, bully guy who doesn't talk. Because, let's face it, he's not that great. He's not a terrible promo, but he's not a good promo. It sounds weird that he talks so much. So
he's the big guy.
Oh, shit. You know, this is just dawning on me now.
Oh.
Fuck. Okay, I got to take Curtis Axel out because the perfect Ezel to Ryback's Debo, I just thought of it. Jamie Noble is the perfect Ezel. Is the perfect Ezel to Ryback's Debo. So, yeah.
He's the secret weapon.
I just think that, like, Ryback should be, like, quiet and, like, a bully, and Noble should just be, like, he doesn't have to be a crackhead or even, like, whatever. But you know how, like, when Smokey's, like, taking a shit in the backyard, he's like, hey, don't tell anybody. I'm back here taking a shit. And he's like, hey, whatever. And then he just sort of stupidly always gets himself in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, he should get himself and Ryback in trouble stupidly. Like, he's not a mean-spirited guy, but he's like, yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody, Smokey. But he's like, hey, everybody, Smokey's back here taking a shit. And then, like, he should just, like, get them in trouble and fucking, like, he's not a bad guy, but he's just, like, dumb, and he gets himself, you know how, like, at the end where, like, after, like, Craig knocks him out, he's like, he puts that knife on him. He's all stills. He doesn't kill or whatever. Like he's like that, but like he's not a. it's not like apples to apples. I'm saying taking the broad
Right,
characteristics of those two guys, and that works, I think, with those two guys. So I want to see them as the Boniesville.
That'd be very entertaining to watch. How about you, Tyler? Anyone you would repackage?
Los Matadores as Epico and Primo.
Yeah. Would you bring Rosa back out, even if she's got the baby belly?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure because I know that she was, you know.
I just said that because I have nothing else to say. I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah. All right. Maybe Damian Sandow. I know that it was looking like there was a lot of hope for him, and he seemed to have just disappeared off the face of the earth. He appeared on Raw.
He appeared on Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah. So we haven't really seen much of him since. I don't watch Main Event or Superstars, so maybe he's on there.
Well, since my work schedule has been up, I haven't been watching either.
But anyways.
Also, Main Event doesn't technically air in the U.S. and you have to go jump through some technical hoops to get to that fucking show.
Don't do that then.
Oh, actually, I think it goes on Hulu, but I don't have Hulu.
Yeah. So, but thanks for the question. Final question coming to us from Victor. Saying, this question came to mind when realizing that pre-match promos don't feature much of a pay-per-view's theme in their video packages. What do you guys think music's role is in professional wrestling?
Well, I think it has a couple different roles. Like, as far as like a highlight video or a promotional video, like in that sense, I think it's there to set mood. Like if you're supposed to be like sad, like whenever they're doing like the Shawn Michaels or the Ric Flair stuff.
Leave the memories love.
So in that sense, I think it sets mood. As far as entrance music, I think it's supposed to send you. You're supposed to know who's coming out before you see them. That's the point. Like, you know how an iconic entrance music, the first note, you're like, okay, fucking so and so's coming out. And you're
Broken glass. Oh shit, it's Stone Cold. If you smell, oh my god, it's the rock.
So in that, so in that way, it's like you're supposed to be able to immediately identify the person before you ever see them in the entrance role, and in sort of like the video package, it's like a mood setter to me. Is there another way that you can use it? Is that covered?
Just set the tone, really. Yeah. I mean, it's a crucial part. And you know, if a person has the wrong theme music to go with them, it can not catch on. It won't catch on with the crowd, and that could kill them right then.
Speaking of, you know how you're like, when you hear the glass that's your ass, like when you hear Stone Cold's theme, or when you hear so many people's theme. But to be honest with you guys, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, even, it takes me like a half a second to get to be like, okay, is that this guy or is that this guy? Because they all have that really generic like rock riff, and I was like, sometimes I'm like, okay, is that Ambrose or is that Kevin Owens or like whatever? And because I just think it's generic rock. Like they don't have, to me, none of those guys have the music they should have.
Well, yeah, but you know, as time has gone on, I've grown attached to all of them. So whenever they do eventually change, it's gonna be different to me for a while.
See, I don't feel attached to any of them. Because to me, like
Cesaro's has grown on me. First, I was like, God, that does not fit him at all. But like, the more and more I listen to it, I'm like, it's not exactly the best fit for him, but I'm attached to it now.
Not only do I not think they're fits, but I don't think they're the easiest to identify. I don't think there's enough degrees of separation between those, even just those three. They're immediately identifiable. Because I'm always like, okay, who the fuck is that again?
Ambrose is probably the most generic out of all of them.
I think Owens is pretty generic.
I feel that way too.
Because like Ambrose just starts with a dun, and then it's just dun 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 dun.
What the fuck is that on the screen? Look at that.
Yeah, that was me going.
Oh,
there it
weird.
Is.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, like you said, Owens is fairly similar with the da 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 da. But you know, for me, they're fairly easy.
To me, they have the big butt rock bag, and they all had to blindly pick out of the butt rock bag to see.
Well, you said you want butt rock, so pick this out of the butt rock bag. Which one?
Heavy Rock 34. Which one is that?
Yeah, it's like they were at the fucking butcher. They all had to pick numbers, and they got like whatever.
Number 43. All right, what you want, kid? Well, I want something badass. It's, half a pound of badassery. And so, anyways, but yeah, music is crucial. I mean, hell, take a look at Samoa Joe's themes in his time in NXT. The first one was absolutely atrocious, but it's the one he has now is 10 times better than the very first theme that they gave him, but it's still not that great.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just totally used to the TNA. Dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. But thanks for the question, Victor. We certainly appreciate
rip off Godzilla riff.
Yeah. But thanks for the questions. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube channel, WNS Video, also our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
Yeah, we're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
Twitter at WNS Podcast, at WNS_Daniel, at Tyler_Aber.
So there you go. So for the podcast crew, I am Daniel Heron.
I'm Tyler A. Bear.
I'm Doug.
And we will catch you all next week. Happy Halloween!